My fellow Sierra Leoneans, today I want to talk to you about the Commission of Inquiry in Sierra Leone. You know, there's so many events that really happen, especially with regards to the Commission of Inquiry, such that it makes it impossible for some people and for grasp and understand exactly which side they stand and understand which side we country they head to, which are the things that when they happen. So I don't take the honors today for make I just list out some key events them so that we not forget which how they go and we not forget which how come out. We not forget what's in the Commission Inquiry all they about. On the 28th of this month, of December, I see a press release from the All People's Congress Party, APC party, in which they state categorically say they no go participate in the Commission of Inquiry. Then label the Commission of Inquiry as a kangaroo Commission of Inquiry when a political witch hunt against the All People's Congress Party. The reason why they state is that number one, they say the Commission of Inquiry know the address. They look into the permanent secretaries to ministers them from the former regime. And they also say the Commission of Inquiry which hunt with the target APC members. Now, this na flimsy excuse, in my view, na flimsy excuse because the Commission of Inquiry, they look into all government activities over the past 10 years. All government activities, whether you have been minister, president, vice president, permanent secretary, whatever you are, once you be occupy a public office, then they look into and for make sure say, yes, decisions are made. Yes, the monies that were spent in the interest of Sierra Leone. Yes, no amount of money was stolen. That's not the reason why they look into it. And some people raise concerns. They say, why is that the Commission of Inquiry they start this January? But yet the Anti-Corruption Commission, they still they operate. The Anti-Corruption Commission, now a state body where they look into all government activities, irrespective of the Commission of Inquiry. So whether Commission of Inquiry they or not, the Anti-Corruption Commission they get a role for play. Commission of Inquiry will come 2-3 years, maybe 10 years, maybe even more. They will finish, they will conclude and finish. But the Anti-Corruption Commission, it will still continue as long as Sierra Leone they exist. So let we not mix up the two. The Anti-Corruption Commission, then job they on track. They no go stop because Commission of Inquiry go. No. They go collaborate with the Commission of Inquiry, but they will carry out their jobs. So Sierra Leoneans, may we get the facts really right about what they happen in Sierra Leone. It's very important. This is not about fighting APC or whatever. This is not about Sierra Leone. We didn't forget the facts, right? So the press release by the All People's Congress on the 28th, in my view, a baseless press release. If you take stone, you get pack of dogs, them dig together, you take stone, you throw inside them dog, then among them dog, then the dog with the Allah, now the dog with the stone hit, now in the Allah, woof, and they run away. So all them people in the Allah now, it raise questions about what thing they get for hide. If you don't get anything for hide, why for worry? Why worry if you actually clean? That's not the question where I believe the Sierra Leoneans they need to ask themselves. The other thing I want to say is that on Monday, New Year's Eve, the Anti-Corruption Commission then summoned the former Minister of Defense for questioning about alleged money we don't missing. Every genuine Sierra Leoneans for be concerned about this. Every genuine Sierra Leoneans. This is what happens. The former minister, Paulo Conte, he signed off on so many documents, but two major documents. There's one where there's a consignment of military vehicles and so many things them where they need. Then don't sign off on items. So imagine, for example, if you buy this bag, you order them from, you don't put a budget together for buying from US. Then you sign off on the same budget, but you buy this bag from China. Now the same price you will pay? Absolutely not. Now that don't happen now the Ministry of Defense. Then sign off on military vehicles them and items the way they need. Way now from developed countries, they're willing to produce very good quality items them. But what happened? The same amount we didn't sign off from the items were purchased from China. So now The anti-corruption say, okay, we don't see these records, we don't see the amount we didn't release. 15 million instead of, and 7.5 million was spent. Would you approve the balance 7.5 million? Anti-corruption not for ask that money, not for question and ask like if they confirm what happened. Yes, then for do another job. But instead we see APC members then they jubilate that street if I will protect the man. You know, it's so sickening. And I see the civil society. You know what disgusts me the most? Me, why I get for going to Sierra Leone. When I moved to Sierra Leone, I start my own civil society organization. I go start. And now one of the things the way I feel I go focus on when I return to Sierra Leone finally, hopefully in the next few years, because with civil society in Sierra Leone, they are as daft as the Anti-Corruption Commission, we been on their existence until this year. Until March this year, where we don't get Anti-Corruption Commission, we actually do work. Now, so with civil society, now so the groups, now so they know their fraction, they've become politicized. You get civil society organizations, they wait and deal with the green and white. You get another civil society, part of them wait and deal with the red and white. So they know they do their job. The truth, they know they follow the truth. Civil society, if it be apolitical, not be part of any political organization. If it stand for the national interest of the country, if it stand for the vulnerable and the disadvantaged people, if it speak the truth. The civil society movement is forged out of social work, social services, serving the basic needs of the people, kindness, love, and honesty and sincerity. But we don't get that in Sierra Leone civil society. They are compromised, severely compromised. Me, I expect say where the Anti-Corruption Commissioner and the commission, then they act, they work so hard. The civil society will actually stand up and organize a pro-protest in support of the Anti-Corruption Commission. Say, yes, when they do well. Yes, when they prosecute the thief man, then we don't ravage this country. Look at the country. I'm just from there. Look at the country. How destroyed it is. Yeah, some people they finish university and don't even get a job. You get over 70% unemployment. You know, even if you now possibly heartless, how can you support thieves? How can you go on the street protesting for protect thieves? Thief man within non public office, where they elected into politics or appointed into public office, then thief millions and millions. How can you go and protect them? You know, watch this video and you go see how APC be the rally around Freetown. PPC the rally around Freetown. Just watch this video. See how APC be the rally around Freetown in support of Paulo Conte. Somebody with on that question, you know, and the media mix up, they're all divided. In the West, now the media actually and then they stay at the forefront of the fight against corruption. But in Sierra Leone, the media and at the forefront of protecting corrupt officials because they're all compromised. Nobody speaks the truth. Can I just give you a little bit of context around within 63.7 billion mean because now that money there, now anti-corruption they try for recover. So from Paulo Conte, if indeed it's IFAM, 63.7 billion means say would they able to fund SLBC for 63.7 years because SLBC Parliament recently approved 1 billion per year for them. 2019 and 1 billion Parliament approved for the budget for SLBC, the national broadcaster for the whole year. So 63.7 billion within question, it able to run SLBC for 63.7 years. 63.7 billion where anti-corruption recover 8.5 billion when they hand over to President Bio. President Bio decides say he go use that money for open a diagnostic center so Sierra Leoneans they don't need for travel all the way to Ghana, all the way to South Africa for do ordinary scan. Yes, so if the neighbor use 8.5 billion for open a diagnostic center, that means 63.7 billion. The neighbor open nearly 9 diagnostic center and a salon. Out of all the 16 chief districts, the neighbor open 9 diagnostic center and 9 different districts. Now this it mean for Sierra Leone, save lives. 63.7 billion they will open schools, they will open hospitals. 63.7 billion they will create employment in a country over 70% unemployment day. 63.7 billion they will create so many, you know, the water no day. Pipe-borne water services, they will assist for Dura. 63.7 billion for we will ensure say with town and cities are kept clean. It able improve with health facilities. There's so much it able use with 63.7. So for just give you a context in monetary terms, what did that mean for Sierra Leone within question? It's now only one person in the question so about that too. Whether he's guilty or not, we need to find out about them. And Sierra Leoneans, we need to come together for support this motion. That's what it means when you talk about 63.7 billion in monetary terms in regards to Sierra Leone. So this don't bring me to the Commission of Inquiry. Today I visit the site. Yes, I visit the site who said man them. They are going to be questioned. You go see the video, watch the video, you go see and I don't show you say you will see them put who said and get for judge them this place said and get for sit down. You will see yes, you will see outside and sit down the area that the place to said and they go for judge all and they don't set them up. The finishing touches are going to the judges, then chambers. I walk around, look around everywhere, take photos, and you see another videos. This now the place in Englandville is well secured and safe for make sure say yes, people are actually brought to justice and the truth is uncovered. You know, on this note, I want to congratulate the Anti-Corruption Commission. They don't recover 8.5 or 8.7 billion leons. That amount, President Biodon declares the amount will be used for build a diagnostic center. The first diagnostic center in Sierra Leone. Money with people don't thief, they don't bring come back. And use them for build diagnostic centers. We go be prevent people from traveling all the way to Ghana, all the way to South Africa for simple diagnostic assessments. This is a fantastic thing. Sierra Leoneans, we need to embrace and support a goodwill. Forget about BO, forget about SLPP. Anybody who they do the right thing, let's support them. Let's move this country forward. We need to come unanimously strong and expect the women's group, the market woman, them, everybody to come out. Mobilize yourself. Nobody not going to help you out. Mobilize yourself and support and recognize the differences that have been made. Anti-Corruption Commission, they are doing fantastic work. They need to be acknowledged. Not only when something go bad, we protest. Something where they go good, we need to come out in jubilation and support. Let people know see who they support them. So I'm calling out all well-minded civil society groups. I call on all well-minded citizens. I call on all well-minded government and non-government operatives in the country for come out, organize a solidarity protest, a solidarity support with these guys. Say yes, you're off to the good road and we are here for you. Let them know you're there for them. Let them know. Put your voice to it. Be counted among those who stand for the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share your view below and share it well, and together we could transform Sierra Leone for the better. You know, this Commission of Inquiry now the beginning of greater things. This is not only about APC regime way 2007 to 2012. This now about Sierra Leone moving forward. Even BO, President BO, we don't leave office. Anybody will succeed them, go inquire about what President BO do. So this is a beginning of greater things, a beginning of transparency, a beginning of accountability, a beginning of greater things to come. And people they ask, why they not go to since we Pakaba take over? Why they not go into Pakaba? They say BO been thief 80 million. Yes, that may be true that he stole money. Most of the government officials have been stealing in Sierra Leone. But wouldn't call them. Pakaba getting chance for do inquiry in Odwa. And SK in a power for nearly 11 years again chance for do inquiry in Odwa. Why them for go check their own? Let them check the past immediate government. Let we not begin to put legs and wings into this inquiry. Let we support them as Sierra Leoneans. If you're not genuine Sierra Leonean, you know go begin to knock your chest, say begin to question everything. Let's allow the inquiry to go ahead and let we catch the thief man them and let we remove it and don't steal from them. Sierra Leoneans, we are better together. Thank you for watching.